tape. Let's do it.
That girl, the one that guys fall for, in love with Tracy and control. She knows she wants to find herself, and she loves and wants nobody else. In her mind, there's so much to obtain. In her eyes, she sees the world of game. Oh no, someone find her love. Oh no, someone find her love. That girl, the one that's beautiful. Her eyes can see into your soul. Now her smile can melt away your heart. And her kiss can make you beg for more. In her mind, there's so much to obtain. In her eyes, she sees a world of game. Oh no, someone find her love. Oh no, someone find her love. She hurts and she always keeps a smile. And she fronts and takes him out to a mile. I see it's only cause she knew in this game you create the rules. And now she has built a wall. You can't climb the castle's much too tall. You can't break the walls of her lair. You can't soothe the wounds of her despair. But who cares? You'll never see that side. And who cares? She's down for the ride. She lives only for the thrill. And yet she longs for something real. In her mind, there's so much to obtain. In her eyes, she sees a world of pain. Oh no, someone find her love. Oh no, someone find her love. 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 Someone find her love.
All right. Welcome to another episode of Can You Connect? And this is Mr. Walk That Walk. And today's episode is going to be on, when people would shack up and live together and when they're not married. So, hope everybody had a happy holiday. I was, of course, out and about. That's why I did make a video last week. But I am back now and I'm trying something different. I'm trying to go live. Trying to switch things up a little bit. So now, I've been making videos and posting them. So now I'm going to work on going live and maybe just create like a consistency with that, just trying out something new. And we'll see how it goes. So maybe we'll get more views, maybe we'll get more people checking in. So I'm probably just gonna always try to keep switching it up to see if I could get different results. But yeah, now we could dive into this episode and see what I got for y'all. So many couples today, they live together before being before being married, and usually people move in together to either spend more time together because nowadays, since we have, let's say, online dating or, people are traveling more, we're meeting people from different areas. So maybe living together might be a bit easier because you'll be able to see each other more often and you'll be able to spend more time together. And for the couples that do live together before being married, it's been found more likely that some of those people may get a divorce and, than those people who don't live together. However, it's important to point out those who live together that intended on being married and intended on and those who didn't intend on becoming married and just wanted to test out things, see how it might go with this person. Um, so couples who intend on marrying, they usually have a strong relationship and a strong bond. And, they're usually pretty stable. So they are pretty, they have a stable relationship just like the people who are either currently married and about to move in together or who are already married. However, those people who didn't intend on being married and are living together, and then maybe they might end up becoming married later on. They might be more, let's say, they're not going to be surprised, if they did break up. So they'll be more accepting of a divorce, and they'll be more, let's say, um, they'll be like, I feel like it won't, it hits different when it's actually, when you plan to get married to this person than when you didn't. And some of those people, they might be less religious or less traditional. So keeping in mind those factors of why some people may not, may be more accepting to having a divorce. And nowadays, people are having more divorces than staying married. So it's speaking to people letting go of a lot of traditions. They're going with what they think is right for them, and maybe it's a hit or miss depending on how you're doing certain things. I would say, and to be honest, I did it myself, and I would say, I think the thing that would have been maybe helpful in my own is maybe solving our issues before we moved in together. That probably wouldn't, that would have helped the relationship, not going in and living together and thinking things are going to be okay. Going in with a mindset of problem solving so that there's less issues moving in together, and then it's, since you already solved something together, it's easier to, it's easier to solve other issues that come up because you already begun solving stuff. Um, but when you haven't done that, and maybe you don't plan on marrying this person, or maybe you're having your own reservations, that's when it's like, maybe you have to question why you're moving in with somebody. And to be honest, your family might even question that. And because usually the family is older, so they have older traditions, and they'll question like, oh, is that the best idea? Is they'll question why you're doing certain things. And, some family may be accepting of that, and some family may not be accepting of that. So it's always good to hear, not only your family's opinion, going with what you think is right as well, and just finding that balance in between both of them to get a better understanding. So, it's just keeping those things in mind. I'm going to probably make another live, probably, since I missed out on the last week, I'm probably going to do one. I got this one for today, and I'll probably do another one Sunday. I'm probably going to try to do another one Sunday or Monday. So, I'll try to be more consistent, and because when you're out, it's hard to be. It's hard to, it's like, I could be doing this, or I could be going out having a good time. So it's that work-life balance. And as long as you got the work-life balance, or you're trying, that's the important part. But yeah, so this would end today's episode. Of course, we're going to be supporting Black-owned businesses. There's I put in the description a YouTube channel. They're called the Ghetto Vegans. I learned a recipe about making like vegan tacos. So they used like jackfruit for their tacos. However, if you watch this video, if you watch their video about the Ghetto Vegans, just be careful about buying the can, because I used to buy the can of jackfruit, and I think it was like maybe 2 months ago, the can had a little sticker on the bottom that I saw for the first time. It was like, oh, this might contain cancer in it. And I was like, oh, okay, so maybe I shouldn't be buying it. Yeah. Because jackfruit is exotic. It's an exotic fruit. And, we probably shouldn't be buying stuff in a can. So just keep that in mind. And if you want to actually make it with the jackfruit, I would say go to an international market. So my international market that I go to is in Hyattsville. I think it's called New Grand something. And, it was my first time buying the jackfruit, and it was bigger than a watermelon. So that was pretty crazy to find out how big the jackfruit actually is. And you're supposed to be using like the yellow part that's kind of like shaped like a flower-ish. And when I was looking at what was in the can, it was the parts of the jackfruit you shouldn't be eating. And it was in a can. And I was like, oh, now I see why you would get cancer from that. So these are just important things to keep in mind, food-wise, to make sure you're not being poisoned. So, but yeah, I cut it open. I used the jackfruit part that I was supposed to use. It's more, the yellow part's more slimy, but it was pretty cool. So it was like jackfruit. It was like, and I put mushrooms in the vegan taco. And it was a good recipe. I don't want to give out everything and how I made it all, because I got it from the Ghetto Vegans. So definitely check out the YouTube channel, and it will be nice to see. It'd be nice to see different recipes, because they got a crab, kind of like they got like a crab cake that's vegan as well. So that's something that I'm also looking forward to making at some point as well. So yeah, definitely please support them as well. And yeah, you can definitely use walnuts as well as a taco. So with the taco, so that's probably cooking it up. I'll probably put that in like in the oven or something. Something to that extent. But yep. So this will probably do the live for tonight. So y'all definitely have a good rest of the night and a good rest of the week.
Our lives filled with drama. Our homes, they feel empty. Our dreams slowly shattered, and our bodies are bruised and battered. What does it take to become a legend? What can we do to teach a lesson? Is there a way for a future commitment? Oh, why do we wait to repaint the world? When the world loses its color, it's our goal to paint them back. Yeah. When the world loses its color, it's our goal to paint them back. Yeah. Our emotions have no see the beauty in them. Our men are not standing strong. What does it take to become a legend? What can we do to teach a lesson? Whoa, is there a way for a few to come in? Why do we wait to repaint the world? Yeah, yeah, when the world loses its color, it's our goal to bring them back, paint them back.